All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you for a little while. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Come in, of course, say hello to me. I'll say hello to you, and then we can get the show going. Say hello to me. I'll say hello to you. We can get the show going. I don't know how to describe it. I have a feeling. And I think it's this drink I've been drinking. It's not my regular alcohol, because y'all know I be throwing them back now. You know, I took up drinking. I be throwing them back now. But I'm not going to, let me not play about that. I really didn't take up drinking. For anybody who actually believed that, it's not true. I did not take up drinking. I still don't drink. I still don't smoke. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke tobacco. I don't do no drugs. I do take this allergy pill that I'm supposed to take once a day, but I take it usually about once a month. And I need to take it because, you know, you might not be able to hear it, but I can feel it. So I need to take it. But I have been drinking this, y'all can't see it, but it's a black cherry Verner's ginger ale. It's delicious. It's delicious. So I've been drinking those. Mrs. Livingston was up in the Detroit area, and they sell it up there. They don't sell it down here, but they sell it up in the Detroit area, and she saw it, and she remembered that my brother had brought me some, and she was like, I'm going to bring you some back, so I'm happy. So yeah, I got this euphoric feeling. I think it's a sugar high, but I feel good. All right, let me say hello to everybody. You said hello to me. I want to say hello to you. And then we got to talk about these daggone white South African or whatever they calling themselves that Donald Trump, I don't want to get into it, but I can't even hardly say it without saying, I told you that this whole, immigrants is evil thing had nothing to do with immigrants. It's the immigrants. It's not the immigrants. Then why are y'all bringing over white immigrants? It had nothing to do with immigration. It had everything to do with the color of the people that was coming. But we all knew that. Well, most of us knew that. Some of us acted like we didn't know. We pretended, along with them, that no, it's too many people here, and we just have to get rid of some of them. And they're criminals, and they're this and that. And even if they're not criminals, it's just too many people here, and we have to get rid of them. And so this is the way to do it, and we deport them, and it's just too many people here. It's not enough money, not enough jobs, not enough resources to go around. We've got to get rid of immigrants. Immigrant bad. Remember, no matter what it was, the answer was immigrants. Y'all remember that? Ooh, cost is going up because of the immigrants. Gas is high. Immigrants. I got a cold. Immigrants. Everything was the immigrants. Now they got some white immigrants. These are good immigrants, though. These are good immigrants. Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into it. Erica Hummins. Good afternoon. She's representing Reading. She is first out the gate. We got Anthony Prosser in the house. Good afternoon, Anthony Prosser. I don't know that I said good afternoon, Erica Hummins. Good afternoon, Erica Hummins. Thank you for checking out the show. Good afternoon, Anthony Prosser. Good afternoon, Carolyn Smith. Good afternoon, David Herring. And good afternoon, rounding out the top 5, Yo Underwood. Good afternoon to you guys. I appreciate y'all. Again, I don't know if the thing sends out the notifications and all of that kind of stuff. I'm just glad y'all here. And today, please feel free to call in 513-717-KING. That's 513-717-5464. And I know everybody can't call in. I know some people at work, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to lose your job because you called the afternoon experiment, because I ain't got no job for you. I can't replace that job. So I get it. But I appreciate y'all, and if you feel like you want to call in, please do. If I say something wrong, please call in and correct me. I'm open to that. I won't be mad at you. Let's see. David Herring says he's representing Butler County. Lewis Talbert, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Regina Denson Griffin, representing Madisonville. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Andrea Bustle out there in Gulf Manor. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jacqueline Carter, representing Evanston. Good afternoon, Sierra Brooks. Says, in a meeting at my fake surgical engineering job. Good afternoon, Sierra. Fame, good afternoon, Fame Rothstein. He's representing Gross Beezy, where nobody is ashy. Now some ashy people over there. Trust me. Trust me. Jerica Vaughn, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Samuel Campbell Jr., good afternoon, representing Oakley. Nat Turner, good afternoon. Appreciate you. Pamela Kinney, representing North Avondale. Good afternoon. Shannon C. says caravans. All right. Let me see. Nate Livingston says hi. Hi, Nate. Fake Dave Stinger says first. You're not first. You're not Dave Stinger, but you're here, and I appreciate you. Let me see. Tria Gaines in the house. Good afternoon. She's representing Avondale. And she was classy again. See, I think, was it Thursday, because I didn't come on Friday. Thursday, she wasn't classy. She was just like, what's up? I'm here. But today, she brought it back to class. She put on the ball gown and everything, got on the bedazzled choker, the whole nine. She classy today. I appreciate it, Tria. Lamont Jones in the house, representing Westwood. Good afternoon, Lamont. Nate says you're froze. It might be your device. It might be your device. I'm not sure. Walter Bradley, representing Jacksonville, Florida. Good afternoon, Walter. Good afternoon. Moesha. I'm sorry. I don't be meaning to mispronounce your name. She's ready for the day to be over. Good afternoon. Edward Lee Tommy Smith. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I ain't had no bee problems this year so far. Crystal Hoskins in the house. Good afternoon, Crystal, representing the Christ Hospital. Got Shahira in the house. She says she's present. She's representing Sycamore Township / Sharonville. I'll be honest, I don't understand all of this township stuff. I don't understand all of the township stuff. It's probably really simple, and I'm really less than simple. But like, these townships be encompassing a lot of different communities. Something about it just don't feel right. And you can be in the township, but the township don't necessarily cover like the whole community. So part of this community is in Springfield Township. The other part is not. It's just crazy to me. I don't get the whole township thing. But I'm here. Dwayne Larkin in the house. Good afternoon, representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon, Dwayne. And again, thank you. Got everything done yesterday that we needed to get done. It was a long day and my back hurt and all of that good stuff, but we got everything done thanks to you. So I appreciate you. I just want you to know that, and I wanted to say it in front of everybody. Because sometimes, you know how it is. I kind of live my life through, some of these words might be wrong, but through the lens, the prism of a black man. And so I view almost everything in black and white and brown. And is it offensive to say yellow and red? I think that's offensive. I don't know why I'm whispering, but that feels offensive. But I live my life viewing everything through there, right? And one of the things that I see viewing things through that lens is sometimes it's difficult for some of my people to show love and appreciation for some of my people openly. Like, you know what I'm saying? I might come to you personally and be like, hey, bro, you saved my life. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You know, man, if it wasn't for you, I don't know how I would have done this, da, da, da. But I'll never go tell the whole world that this black man helped this other black man. And then in some way, that's just perpetuating the myth that black men can't work together and black men don't help each other and black men don't get along and black men can't show affection for one another and black men don't like one another. Black men want to kill one another. You know, if you can never just look at another black man and say, bro, you helped me out. And there wasn't nothing in it for you. You just wanted to help me out. And I appreciate you. I think if more of us, I'm not saying nobody does it, but I think if we did it more and more, you know, outwardly, not like, oh, I gotta thank some people. Like, I'm excited to thank somebody for helping me, to let everybody know that there are people out there who look like me, who are willing to help people like me and be appreciated by people like me and not be taken advantage of by people like me. Like, he did me right. I did right by him. Everybody involved in the whole thing was satisfied. It was just a big group of black people working together for some of them, they didn't even know the vision. They just, like a black man said, he need help. I have the means and the resources to help him. What you need, bruh? Like, I need this. All right, got you. Like, okay, thank you. Now, what do you need? Well, I don't really need nothing. Well, here is something for being willing to help me. And I just want to make sure that I left you a little bit better than, you know what I'm saying? When I came into this space, it looked like this. When I leave this space, it looked like this. Not worse. Now, we didn't do no improvements to the spot. It didn't look no worse, though. And we were able to, you know, do a little bit of a blessing. That's the way it's supposed to be. So all of that, I got caught up on thank you. Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate you, but I definitely wanted to say it out loud to everybody to help dispel all of those, excuse me, all of those terrible myths. Got choked up. Valisa Lovett, representing Blue Ash. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Sierra Brooks says she's back. She's representing Boston. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Y'all see how he just skipped over me? Moesha, I said your name. I said you. Stop crying. Latanya Chichester, good afternoon. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Tanika, representing beautiful Orlando, Florida. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Ken, representing Virginia, but he's from Cincinnati. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My 1 year here at the Christ Hospital was on 5/6/2025. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah. Jarika says, yes, it's offensive. Talking about the yellow and the red people. I thought I heard somebody say it. I know I said I wasn't going to bring it up, and I'm not going to talk about it. But didn't Pharaoh say that today? Something about yellow and red people? He's a historian, so he would know. I'm not sure it's offensive, but it feels a little offensive. Let me see. Pat Rogers, good afternoon to you, Pat. Good afternoon. And looks like that's it. That's everybody. That's everybody. Thank you guys for checking out the show. I appreciate you. Oh, Janice, my favorite. Good afternoon, Janice. Appreciate you. And Valerie Davis as well. I don't think I saw Valerie Davis, but good afternoon, Valerie Davis. All right, so Donald Trump bringing over 59, is it? Hold on, let me see. A group of 59 white Afrikaners. I don't even like that term. I don't like that. Y'all are, I don't like it. You only get to create your own nothing. You're some white people who've been living in Africa for a while, Afrikaners or whatever. Stop it. Who have been given refugee status by the Trump administration. And one of the things that they're trying to do, I keep telling you, I listen to all of these conservative talk shows, and this is what they've been talking about. And I've been listening to all of the ways that they are making excuses as to why this is okay, as to why this is different. See, this is different. They're coming and they're not illegal. Well, no, they're not illegal because the racist president said it was okay. But what's the difference between them and somebody coming from El Salvador saying that their life is in danger? People are being killed. They're seeking refugee status. The difference is Donald Trump doesn't look at them and say, yeah, we're going to fast track you. He looked at them and said, we're going to fast track you. What's the difference? What's the difference? Now, here's what they've been, because they like these narratives. And people fall for them. I don't understand why people fall for them, but they do. To hear them tell it, everybody who comes here from, quote, south of the border, be it Venezuela, be it, I just said it a second ago, but I can't remember what I said. In Mexico, any of these other countries, they're criminals. They're coming over here because they're criminals. They're gang members. They're this, they're that. Yeah, remember? Donald Trump said they send us the worst of the worst. They're murderers. They're rapists. They're that. And I assume some of them are good people. That's the narrative that they've put out there. That's the narrative that they've put out there. And so you got people literally walking around thinking if people come over here from other countries, they're gang members or criminals. How about they're refugees? They're people seeking refuge. Things are bad in their country, or at least things are bad for them in the country that they were living in. And they said, we got to get out of here or some bad stuff is going to happen to us. And they came here. Well, but Emanuel, it's different. How? How is it different? They're not white. That's the only difference that I can see. They're not white. Thus, Donald Trump didn't fast track them and say, forget all of the, remember, you need to come in the legal way. You need to do all of the legal things. It's a whole process. He basically said it ain't no process for you. And remember, we don't want people coming in the back door. I don't like the way that sounds. That's what they say. I don't like the way that sounds. So please forgive me. But remember, we don't want people coming in the back door. You got to come in the front door. You have to come through the front door. I'm childish and y'all know that. You have to come through the front door. But what using that analogy, they did not come through the front door. They did not come through the back door. Donald Trump opened up a side window and just let them in. Come on. No, it's cool. Come on. This window is good. This window is just as good as the front door. Come on. Moesha says, I read somewhere that South Africa is 80% black, but they own only about 4% of the land because whites stole it from them. Yes. Yeah, I don't remember all of the percentages, but yes, something like that. So yes, there is some stuff going on. It's hard to imagine this stuff. It's hard to imagine this stuff. Because what? According to statistics and all that kind of stuff, we're what, 13, 14% of the population? 13, 14%. Just imagine if black people in America owned 95% of the land. How would the rest of America deal with that? Would they be happy about that, do you think? Like, for real, black Americans, us, if we own 95% of the land in America, farmland, but just land, period, of the land in America, we own 95% of it. Our population didn't increase, something happened, and all the money, all the land, just somehow we got it. You think white America, the government system didn't change? Whites still run the government. Trump is still the president. Because the percentages, the only thing that changed is somehow all the land shifted to black people. Don't you think there would be some mad white people in America? How do they own all this land? We know they would come up with some way to take the land and to kill us. We know this. We know this. Well, you don't even have to own all the land. You don't even have to own all the land. You just kind of like come together to get ahead. And Tulsa, Oklahoma, so I think the black people in South Africa, and again, I'm not over there. I read this and I read a little of that. I don't know what's going on. I don't believe that you really know what's going on unless you live there and you are, hold on, let me make sure I got the phones open. Unless you live there and you're very much aware of what's going on. But how you be mad? Because people want the land that you took. Like, yeah, you came in as colonizers. You created this system. Eventually you created the system of apartheid. And eventually people said no. And the way, this is my perception of it, even if it's not 100% like historically accurate. After apartheid, black people said, all right, we got the government. They said, that's all right, y'all got government, but we got all the land. So y'all got government. We got all the resources. Y'all got government. And then they said, okay, well, we're going to figure out some way to try to do it legally. I mean, they could have just went in and said, you know what? Give us all y'all land. That wouldn't have looked good. You got to do some stuff for appearances, so that wouldn't have looked good. So we got to find some constitutional means or, some other means to get this land back. It's not fair distribution. I listened to, they played a clip, I don't remember who it was from. One of the conservative talk shows played a clip of a man. And he was in leadership, and he was saying it's not right that this small minority, I think he said it was like 7% of the population, owns 98% of the land or something like that. It's something so disproportionate that it's not even funny. And he was saying, we're trying to figure out a way to kind of make this a little more equitable. I thought he was being nice to say, let's make it a little more equitable when 7% of the population owns like 90-something% of the land. And he was kind of being questioned on it, and he said, look, we not saying kill white people yet. We just trying to figure out a way to do this. And they of course, was stuck on the yet part, which is kind of a big thing. That's a big thing. But I don't know, man. But anybody who supported Donald Trump, who's not seeing this as a sign of things to come. Like, look, I wouldn't have a problem if you said to me, you got 59 white people from South Africa who feel like their lives are in danger and they're seeking refuge in the United States of America. And we said, okay, they can go through the process like everybody else. You know, they can apply for asylum or whatever, and, you know, they can do all of that kind of stuff. And they can go through the process. I wouldn't even have a problem with Trump saying, come on, you immediate, y'all good. If he was doing it for other people. If you do the same thing for people of color. And their whole thing is, oh, the media, they're going crazy because some white people came over here. And do you not understand? Then this is the way it's supposed to be done. This is the legal way to do it. But we all see what's happening. It can't be any more clear. Well, I guess technically it could be. Trump could get up, and actually I don't put this past him. You never know, he might. Trump could get up and say, hey, these are white people. And y'all can say what y'all want to say, but we don't want all those darkies over here. We want white people over here. That's what we want. Those are the immigrants that we want. So I'm fast tracking the white people and I'm sending out the darkies. Because that's what's happening. That is clearly what's happening. And then there would be some people who would still be like, I love Trump. This is what needs to happen. Trump is a great president. He's doing what a president is supposed to do. He's making it bad for us. I know I keep getting caught up on Shahrazad Ali and what is her name? The Sandra Jones Mitchell. It's stuff like this is why their stances frustrate me. So how did Sandra Jones Mitchell get dragged into this? Because when Shahrazad was on Lincoln's show talking all that nonsense about Trump is a devil, basically he's a devil, but he's the devil we need. He's a devil, but he's the devil we need because the welfare train is over. I think she actually used that word. The welfare train is over. And now black people got to do for ourselves. And then Sandra Jones called in like, oh, I agree with everything you say. Because now black people have to figure it out for themselves. We needed something like this so that we could have to figure it out ourselves. And I'm like, what? What? But you can grab 59 people, white people from South Africa, and just gift them. Sometimes I think, and I know it's not true, but sometimes I think we the only ones who sit back worried about, oh, we need to do it ourselves. Everybody else is cool with the government or the powers that be or somebody making things easier for them. Those white South African people wasn't like, whoa. We want refuge from what's happening in our country. But we don't want any special treatment. We just want to do it for ourselves. We want to come in the country the way everybody is coming into the country. That's what we want. We don't want a special chartered plane bringing us in. That's not what we want. No. We'll figure something out. And we'll struggle. And we'll get there. And we'll claw and scrape our way to get to a border. And then we'll come in and we'll go through the entire rest of the process like everyone else. I don't think that that's what they're saying. They're like, thank you, President Trump. Yeah, like the Staples button, that was easy. Yeah, they found an easy button. And they wasn't like, oh, there's an easy button. No, don't hit the easy button. We want to do it the hard way. If you have access to the easy button, you use the easy button. No, we want a president that's going to make it so hard on us that we got to figure out how to do it ourselves, as if we hadn't been doing it ourselves the entire time. They don't mind helping us struggle, but they not helping us come up. We need it harder so we can do it ourselves. What do you think we've had it? Do you think as black people in America, we've had it easy this whole time? Like the red carpet was rolled out and we was just like, man, this is so easy. This is so easy. Like, I don't have to struggle. I don't have to work. I don't have to do nothing. It's just like, it's so easy. I'm living the life of luxury. And it's so simple. That hasn't been my experience or the experience of anybody that I know of. We need somebody to make it harder. Teach us to do it ourselves. Well, white people just like, some white people are just like, how can this be easier? I need somebody to make life easier. Open up that side window. Let me in. But they are trying their best to, there was somebody on CNN, there was a discussion. And somebody on CNN basically said, those white people, they should not be here. Those white people should be going back to their country of origin. And they played the clip. It felt like 30 times in like 10 minutes. And then, of course, they started this big discussion. How dare they tell those people to go back to their country of origin? Those people are from Holland, and they've never been to Holland. And for hundreds of years, they've never been to Holland. And we have to, now, the conversation that they were having when I finished listening to it was, how long do you have to be in a place before that becomes considered your place of origin? Because it's been hundreds of years. And I was thinking the whole time, you know how many times I've heard white people say, go back to Africa? If you don't like it here, go back to Africa. You know how many times I've heard that? And these people are having a meltdown because somebody told some white African people, go back to Holland. Like, either it's okay to say this stuff or it ain't okay to say it. It's okay to feel this way or it ain't okay to feel this way. Either it's okay to tell people you are a product of your place of origin, and if you don't like things in the place where you're living, go back to that place and then deal with that and make that better. It's okay to say that to us when we complain about the state of some things happening. But it's not okay to say that about white people. Now, I don't know. What is the population? Native Americans. What is the percentage of Native Americans in the United States? I'm trying to Google real quick. They trying to break it down by tribe. I just want to know the percentage. .9%, according to this thing that just came up. 2.9%. Just imagine if Native Americans controlled 90% of the land and farms in America. How mad would white people be? A classy one says, I'll make everything about race. I told you, I see everything through kind of this racial prism. Because you can't convince me. You can't convince me that almost everything doesn't have some sort of racial component to it. If you believe that, then that's your right to believe it, I guess. That's your right to believe it. But yeah, they are mad. They are mad because people see what they doing. But you made it so plain. They made it so plain that it's difficult even for them to defend it. Now, of course, they find ways. But it's like indefensible. It really is. It really is. But all right. So that's that. 513-717-KING. 513-717-5464. And he's the president. I mean, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Somebody said, y'all sound like disgruntled baby mamas when y'all talk about Trump. Okay, look, saying that don't move me. You can say I sound like whatever you want to say I sound like. Tell me what I'm saying that's not true. You sound like what you just talking about. You got Trump derangement syndrome. None of that stuff bothers me. I don't care. You can call it whatever you want to call it. It's not going to stop me from looking at stuff and seeing the simple truth in it. Sorry, Big Bill Price, but not sorry. Andrew said he's not trying to hide what they doing. Right. They not trying to hide it. They upfront with it, like, for a while, we had to deal with. I remember a lot of ladies talking about microaggressions and all that kind of stuff that they deal with in the workplace and all that kind of stuff. We don't even deal with that stuff no more. He just blatantly saying, we want white people, we don't want darkies. And nope, nothing up my sleeve. I'm telling you flat out. We want white people, we don't want darkies. Well, you see, everything is racial. He just told us he want white people, not darkies. It's not racial. Right. You're right. That's not racial. We supposed to not see this. And so don't talk about it. Because if you talk about it, then if you say it, then you've got Trump derangement syndrome. You're supposed to act like you don't see it. And it's just normal. But if you see it, you've got Trump derangement syndrome. I don't care. I don't care. I've been called names. All that kind of stuff don't fool me. It trick other people. I don't want to sound like I have Trump derangement syndrome, so I'm not going to talk about this terrible stuff that Trump is doing because I don't want it to seem like. I don't care what it seems like. I'm telling you what I see. You ain't fooling me. I ain't scared of you. I ain't never been one to fall for, I'm going to call him a name. It's like reverse psychology. Like if I call him a name because he talking about it, then he'll stop talking about it because he don't want to be called that name. I don't care. I'll tell you, if that's the definition, I have Trump derangement syndrome. My Trump derangement syndrome allows me to see what is super plain in front of my face. That Bull Price must be another corny Ron Doula Facebook profile. I don't know if that's Ron. Why won't Republicans let us talk about politics anymore? Right, they don't want us to talk politics now. They wanted to talk politics all the way up until Trump won the election. Then once Trump won the election, why are we talking about politics? I don't want to talk about politics. Why are we discussing this stuff? Why are we looking at any of this stuff? We should be talking about other stuff. Trump do something bad. Why are we focusing on politics? That's what divides us. I don't want to be divided. Let's not talk about politics. He gonna end the war in 24 hours. Oh, you talking politics. I don't want to talk politics. He gonna bring the price of groceries down. Prices going up. Oh, I don't want to talk politics. Now let the prices go down for a day. Oh, did you hear about the prices? Did you hear about prices? Did they go back up? Why are we talking about prices? It's not important. Why are we? I don't know why they sound like this. Why are we talking about prices? It's not important. It's not important. We don't need to talk about that now. My portfolio look real good right now. I'm guessing yours doesn't. I'm guessing yours doesn't either because you don't even know how to spell portfolio. You can't even spell it. Is this Blade? That it is looking big Bill. It's looking like a Blade post now. See, sometimes you just gotta wait. Like he was really focused on the first one. Like, let me hit the right. Let me do a spell check. Let me check a dictionary and all that kind of stuff. And now he got comfortable. And then the Blade came out. You can't spell. You gave yourself away. You always give yourself away, man. Just take some classes. Learn how to spell. You could trick us if you knew how to spell. You the worst spelling vampire ever. Just you can trick us, man. I'm as they say, I'm putting you up on game. Learn how to spell. Create a fake profile. Learn how to spell, or get like Grammarly or something like that that you can use, and just on that one fake profile, like you're gonna have to create a new one, but on that one fake profile, before you post anything, do a spell check, do a grammar check, and then post it. And you can fool everybody. But 2, 3 posts in, you always jack up some spelling. It gets you caught every time. How do you let spelling be the thing that, drop a dime on you? Oh my goodness. Spelling got him. The spelling got him. I am not being a hater. Not yet. The spelling got him. We was all wondering. I'm gonna take some liberties here. We were all wondering, like, who is this Bill? Like somebody said, oh, that's Ron. This is Ron, another fake Ron profile. Like we was all wondering, like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? And then, his portfolio, like, oh, that's Blade with his non-spelling ass. You had us for like, what was it, like 3 minutes. You had us. Janice says, who gives a F about a portfolio? When, as we speak, we are losing our human and civil rights and privileges. Agreed. Agreed. I don't know. All this stuff is going crazy. Hold on a second. Again, this is some delicious black cherry Verner's ginger soda. If they had it here, it would stay stocked. It wouldn't. I would get tired of it eventually. But because, I only got a limited supply when I get it, it's got that ginger ale bite. What else? We got Diddy on trial. Can I say, before I get into anything actually about the trial, I'm a little bothered. Hold on, Mary, it is too much sugar in the soda. And I think I am literally on a sugar high. But it's delicious. It is delicious. And I'm not eating dog food. I'm addicted to the sugar. I'm not addicted to that dog food. I'm addicted to the sugar. I acknowledge it. It is what it is. But let me ask this. Okay, I am disappointed that the Diddy trial, there's no cameras in the courtroom. I'm disappointed about that. I get it. But y'all remember the Michael Jackson trial? Do anybody else remember the reenactments? Why is no one doing reenactments at the Diddy trial? Why is nobody? Daryl says, I gotta admit, I'm not paying attention to that Diddy trial. Just let me know when the jury reached a verdict. I think some fascinating things are gonna come out in that trial. Now, I'm not as focused on it as I would be if they did reenactments like they did with the Michael Jackson trial. Because they don't go through all that. They just kind of take the highlights, and get an actor to come in and reenact that. TV, that's what it's called, ain't it? ETV did it for the Michael Jackson trial. Somebody should have did it. That sounds too much like Diddy. But someone should have done that. With all of that being said, I'm much more, I'll pay a little bit of attention. I probably won't watch anything, and I might not even read much about it. News stations will still give us the highlights. Like, I think in day one, a security guard said that Diddy paid him money to not, say anything about the whole domestic violence and all that kind of stuff. But I think I saw somewhere where Cassie said somewhere along the line of he was a very violent person. And that the kind of the gist is Diddy them not gonna say he wasn't violent. They don't. This is not a domestic violence trial. So I think he gonna admit like yeah, I smack bitches around or whatever, but that's got nothing to do with this case. You prove your case. He's a violent guy. I smack bitches. Okay. What that got to do with the rest of this case? I think that's kind of going to be against the domestic violence piece. That's going to be his defense. It's a weird defense. It's a weird defense. But if that's not what you're on trial for, why even fight it? Well, there's a video of you doing it. Why even fight it? Do you smack bitches? Like, yes, I smack bitches. But I don't force them to have sex with people. Weird defense. But that's my understanding. It in terms of that, that's going to be the defense. Walter Bradley say the male escort peed in the chick's mouth. How are they going to reenact that? They don't reenact what they say. They just have actors on the stand, so you can have a male escort say on stand, like I'm an actor. I'm the male escort. I peed in some bitch's mouth. Sue me. You know what I'm saying? That they could do that. They could do that. That's what they would reenact, not the actual peeing. The testimony. Y'all all caught up on somebody relieving themselves in somebody's mouth. People do weird stuff. I don't think it's right. I wouldn't do it. But I'm not judging people if they did it. The thing ain't, and hopefully the jury is not listening to it like, somebody peed in somebody's mouth, he guilty. Like, no. That's not what you're supposed to be judging on. Did he force that person to pee in that person's mouth? And did he force the person to hold their mouth open and gargle the pee? If he did, he might be guilty. But you can't judge him like, pee in people's mouth, that's nasty. Yes, it's nasty. But being nasty does not necessarily mean guilty. The comedians are doing the reenactments. That Diddy trial should not be a trial. They need to lock him up. See, Miss Pittsburgh, not necessarily. Okay, this is going to sound crazy. But if Diddy wasn't forcing people to do stuff, all the baby oil, all the lube, all of the sex sharing, all of the pee, all of that stuff is okay if it's all consensual and nobody's being forced to do anything. And, all that stuff is okay. Just because he did some smacking women around and stuff, it's bad. Charging for smacking women around. But if he just smacking women around, how do you say? If he just smacking women around on the side, I know that don't sound good, but that don't necessarily mean that he's guilty of what he being charged with. Like if he smack women. But when it comes to the sex game, if they want to do it, they can do it. If they don't want to do it, they ain't got to do it. Then he's not guilty. So P. Diddy trial, they just need to lock him up. I don't know about that. They got to prove their case. They got to prove their case. LaDon said Cassie is supposed to testify. I think I was reading a headline today that says she was testifying today. Like she testified, if she's not still testifying, she testified today. Timothy Allen said his defense is he's mentally ill and a drug abuser. I hadn't heard that. Jacqueline said they said he's just a swinger. And that's not illegal. And that's what I'm saying. There's some things that they have to prove. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't really looked into, I will. Eventually, I will. And I'll be able to look at all of the stuff that y'all saying, and I'll be like, no, that's not what they have to prove. This is what they have to prove. I should have done it already. But I'm not all that concerned about it. I think it's kind of a foregone conclusion. I think it's a few things going on. I hear a lot of times people like, oh, they just trying to take down all our black male entertainers. And I'm like, a part of me is like, our black male entertainers shouldn't be slapping bitches and raping bitches and forcing bitches to have sex with people that they don't want to have sex with and drugging bitches and, I'm saying, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so there is a level of, maybe I should stop using the B word. There is a level of responsibility. But I also believe, yeah, they probably kind of got out of line somewhere along the way with some people with some sway. And they're being made to pay a price. So I kind of see it as a little bit of both. But I don't know. I'm just not. Look, give me $1 billion. Give my little short, fat, boring $1 billion. It ain't gonna be no, oh, he raped me. Anybody who say that, they're gonna be lying. And it's gonna be hard to manufacture evidence. You are not gonna see a video of me slapping Miss Livingston around. Because I'm not gonna do it. You're not gonna be able to come into my house and bust in my house and find, 5,000 bottles of baby oil and lube. Because I'm not gonna have that. I'm gonna have just the right amount of baby oil and lube. You're not gonna be able to, oh, he was drugging people. No, because I don't do drugs. You're not gonna find no evidence of that. And they're gonna have to do some serious evidence manufacturing to come up with that stuff. Did he yeah, okay, I did that. That's not gonna be me. I didn't do that. And you ain't got no evidence to prove that. So if they want to take me down, they're going to have to do some serious manufacturing of stuff. So, they trying to take down our billionaire. And I'm going to be like, I think I'm safe. He raped somebody. I ain't raped nobody. He drugged somebody. I ain't drugged nobody. He slapped somebody. I ain't slapped nobody. He shot somebody. I ain't shooting nobody. He tied up with the gang culture. I'm not tied up with no gang culture. I'm not hooking up with no gang people. They could give me, like, I don't know what they would get me on. Like, he ate all the cake. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. That's it. Like, he drank pop and ate cake. Like, how can we use that against him? It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. So if you one of the billionaires and they out to get you, don't do nothing for them to get you. What's the point in having $1 billion if you can't just do whatever? What was that one rapper? What is his name? Nelly. And in one of his songs, he like, what's the good? I can't quote it. But hold on, I'm gonna find the lyrics. Somebody wanted me to sing this song, rap this song once. I was like, I'm not saying that. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. He say, why you at the bar if you ain't popping the bottles? What good is all the fame if you ain't effing the models? Some people really feel that way. What's the point in being a billionaire if I can't do whatever I want to do? You can do a lot of stuff. Everything that you think of might not be the best thing to do. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, that was the song. Yeah. I don't know, y'all. It's just, all of this stuff is crazy. All this stuff is crazy. Yeah, we live in a crazy world. He probably had a ghostwriter on that. Maybe. I don't know if he wrote it or not. But it's the point. The point is, of course, people believe that if you have access, then you have to have excess. And I just don't believe that. But they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing when they allow certain people to attain a certain level of success. They know what they're doing. Walter said he tried to follow the white entertainers and get jammed up. Same thing in politics. The black politicians always get jammed up in some BS. Oh, Walter. See, now you're talking racist again. It's the truth, but some people will say, you know what I'm saying, you can't see, you like me, you seeing all this stuff through kind of this racial prism. Yes, the white entertainers can do the same stuff, and, you know, a lot of them don't get caught. I don't know. Me, I would just want to keep my billions. Not even necessarily for me. I'm boring, y'all. I'm not going to do a lot. I might get a yacht. You know what I'm saying? Just to chill on. And the wild parties. I don't like all that noise. You know what I'm saying? I'm boring. I don't like all that loud music. Give me some music at a slightly elevated level that's enjoying to me, and just let me relax and enjoy my music on the open water with the sun. That's just me. T. Mikey G says, good afternoon. What's the subject today? A few subjects today. What else is going on? What else is going on? Oh, hold on. Friday. I apologize for not being here. I fully intended on being here. I came home and my internet was off. My internet was off. Like I came down, I came ready to do my show, boom, 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 turn on everything, log in to the computer and get ready to boom. And it's like, it just kept saying it wouldn't connect. And it just kept saying it wouldn't connect and it wouldn't connect. And I was like, what is going on? And then, so I try to go to Google. That's my go-to when, I think something going on with my internet. I just go to Google and Google wouldn't pop up. And I was like, what in the world is going on? So I called Alta-Fiber. And Alta-Fiber's like, okay, well, what's your little password and your little this and your little that, all your information, the account number, the password, the phone number associated with it, all of that good stuff, address. I give them all of that. I'm like, what's going on? And they like, oh, well, before we can give you any information, for real, y'all, this is what before we can give you any information, we need you to send us like a photo of your driver's license and my social security card or something like that. I know it was my driver's license. They want a photo of my driver's license. And I think they want my social security card. And then I have to get in, and they have that now. And then I have to send them a picture of me. It was some crazy stuff. And I'm like, wait, I gave y'all the account number. I gave y'all my little secret code. I gave y'all, you know what I'm saying? All of this information I gave, that should be enough to prove that I'm me. But we can't give you any information about the account if we're not sure that you're you. I'm not sending you my driver's license. I'm not doing that. You don't get any of that stuff from me. That's not the way this is gonna go down. I just need to know why my stuff is off. Because I paid my bill. Is it an outage or something? We can't give you any information about. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Hang up, call back. I hit the prompt to pay a bill. Because I know they'll take my money without any of that stuff. I get to the prompt to pay a bill. And I'm like, I wanted to pay a bill. And they're like, okay. And they get all the information, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, okay, you don't owe anything. And I'm like, okay, cool. Because now y'all giving me some information. So y'all know I don't owe a bill. Y'all know I'm me. Y'all would have been willing to take my money. I say, okay, well, my service is off. Why is my service off? Well, you have to send us a photo of your driver's license. Whoa. You was willing to take my money without my driver's license, without my social security card or whatever else, a picture of me standing there holding the driver's license and the social security card, cheesing with my grandmama standing there. And y'all was willing to do all of that stuff. I didn't need to do any of that stuff for y'all to take my money. But now y'all can't give me no information about my account. Oh, y'all don't understand. I was so mad. I had to go to the Alta-Fiber place. And come to find out it was a little outage. They could have just told me that. They could have just said, there's an outage. There's an outage in your area. We'll have it up, before long. Before I got home, I was back online. Jen says, what company is that? Alta-Fiber. Yeah, they don't want to give you any information. And I'm like, for real, y'all, I know some of y'all thinking, he making this stuff up. They ain't asking nobody to send no picture of their driver's license. Like you can email us a picture of your. If anybody else got Alta Fiber and has dealt with this, please tell these people I'm telling the truth. They crazy. So I don't know when, but I'm gonna have to switch, because I'm not. I mean, I guess I don't technically have to do it now because I did the thing there, but I don't like the idea that they doing all of this nonsense. Oh, it's some new security thing that we do to make sure that people ain't. I don't trust y'all like that. Thank you, Regina. Regina Denson Griffin say they do. Oh, I was heated. Latanya says, I have them. They've never asked me that. Have you ever called them and asked them? Okay, do me a favor, Latanya. Call them right now, if you can. Call them right now and tell them you're thinking about changing your service. See what they tell you. See what they tell you. They're going to be like, okay, do we have your driver's license on file? Ken says, did you change providers or are you going to accept the experience? I don't, there's a delay. I know there's a delay. Yeah, I said, I think I'm gonna have to change my provider. I think I'm gonna have to change my provider. Cause it's crazy, but that's the reason why I wasn't on Friday. Now, for real, when I thought maybe I forgot to pay the bill. Cause sometimes I don't do the automatic stuff. I don't let people just automatically take stuff out of my account. Myosha, I know you can do it because you're independently wealthy. Myosha says, I have Alta Fiber and I've never gone through any of that craziness. Call Alta Fiber right now. Tell them you want to change, alter, whatever, your service. And ask them some questions about your service and see what they ask you for. They said this whole thing is new. I had never, until this Friday, I had never had that experience. I could just call them and say, hey, I want to go up to the 2 gig internet. And they'd be like, okay, well, what's your account number and, your password and blah, blah, blah. And I was all good. I mean, even right now, if you want to do it online, I don't think you can change anything online until they get that information. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Ben say, get the box from Wyatt's guy. It's legit. I believe the box works. I'm not sure how legal it is. That's my issue. To me, it's just as legal as, like when I had the, what do you call it? When you put it, Kodi. If you got Kodi on your Fire Stick or Fire TV, you can access all kind of stuff. I'm not sure how legal that is, though. It's a lot of copyright infringement type stuff. I believe it works. I believe it works great. And there's a really good chance no one will ever say anything to you. With my luck, the FBI be busting in my house like, you got that box. And I'll be like, no, all because I said some bad stuff about Trump. Yeah, no. I'll pass. Jerica says, I've never heard of this company either. How y'all ain't never heard of Alta Fiber? Thank you. It used to be Cincinnati Bell. They changed the name to Alta Fiber. Basically, they're saying you lying, E-Man. That's what they saying. That's what they saying. I'm telling y'all, they said this is new. Yeah, they don't believe me, Daryl. They don't believe me. Regina says, it's true. It's ridiculous. The phone is for my mom in assisted living. Yeah, they said that this is some new security measures. Man, please don't get deported because you stole movies. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not. I believe the guy. I believe the box works beautifully. I believe it's legal to have a box. It's probably maybe not legal to watch those movies on the box. You can do it, but it might not be legal. You might want to consult with an attorney about whether or not it's legal. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about the box. God would definitely use me as an example, and I'd be, what? I am in y'all to put money on my books. Yeah, I just don't believe it. I just don't. Xfinity is decent. But see, I have, and this is the reason I went with Alta Fiber, because I can get really fast internet. Upload and download speeds fast. That 1-2 gig, that's fast. I be going to people's houses and stuff like that now, and I'll be like, oh, I need to download this. Because, you know, I got my little MacBook Pro. And I'll be like, oh, I need to download this. I need to download that and that. And they be downloading. And they be like, see, my internet is fast. And I'll be thinking, this is not fast compared to what I got at the house. What I got at the house is fast. This is not fast. So once you get used to a certain thing, Brian Taylor says, get a VPN for $4 a month. I have a VPN. I still don't trust it. I don't trust a VPN to be that private. I just don't. I know they say, you know what I'm saying? I click on the thing and, you know, I'll be on Netflix watching stuff that don't be here. Oh, I might want to think about that for some of my... But I'll be on Netflix watching stuff that don't... Like, it's hard to find The Matrix. It's hard to find The Matrix. Like, The Matrix is not on Max right now. And it's not on Netflix right now. And it's not on Paramount Plus. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to find it. But then I go on Netflix. I click on that VPN. I tell them I'm in London. Matrix pop right up. And I watch The Matrix. And supposedly it's private and nobody know that I'm actually, you know, in the U.S. and what I'm watching. The government can't tell. Ooh, the government looking, and they can't. I got that VPN. It's like having a blanket up, you know what I'm saying? And they over me with a drone, but they can't see what I'm doing because I got the blanket covering the drone. You know, they can see through that blanket. That drone got infrared or something. I don't trust VPN like that. Being talking about stop being scared. Nope. You need a good VPN. I got a good VPN. What's that voice you doing? I don't know. Voices just come in my head about certain situations, and the voices pop in my head. Do you have symmetrical speeds? I believe so. Yes. Upload and download speeds, every time I run the little test, they be the same. Yes. If you don't trust your VPN, then why do you have it? I don't trust that the VPN is as private as they say it is. I have it for other reasons. Like I said, I mainly got it so that I can watch whatever I want to watch. Then if it ain't available here, and I still can't find jumpers. But if it ain't available here, I can find it somewhere else. And it offers some degree of privacy, I believe. But I don't believe that the government is going to let some company put out something that blocks the government from knowing what you're doing. I I'm just not. I, I you say whatever you want to say about me. I don't trust that the government is going to let NordVPN block the government from the ability to see what I'm doing if they really want to see what I'm doing. I just don't. Right, Jericho, they gonna mess around and be in jail. Y'all really believe y'all VPN, the government can't find out what y'all doing? Y'all really believe that? The VPN company would know what you're doing, so they could report you to ICE and Doge. Right. Tanika says, so why do you have a VPN again? Let me tell you, this is not a reason that I have the VPN. I don't have a VPN with the belief that I'm completely blocked from anybody knowing anything that I'm doing on the internet. If the government want to know what you're doing on that daggone internet, they gonna find out what you're doing on that daggone internet. You really think they be investigating people? Like, I think this dude is a criminal. I think he's doing some wire fraud type stuff. Like, oh, well, let's get a warrant to monitor him. Oh, he got a VPN. We can't find out nothing. He's totally hidden from us. We don't know what to do now. No! They like, he got a VPN. All right. Tap into the VPN, find out what this is doing. Now, do I believe you, Tanika, could necessarily, find out what I'm doing? Probably not. Probably not. I believe it offers some degree of protection, but not apparently the protection that y'all thinking. My son used to say, Mom, you follow all the rules. Yep, everything I do is above board. Mayo says, okay, I just called Alta Fiber and they didn't make me jump through any hoops. What did you call them and ask them for? Call me. I really need to, no, for real, I need to have this discussion with you. What did you ask them to do? You told them you want to change your stuff, and they was like, okay, cool. What do you want to do? Well, you might not be the best person. You rich. So you got some sway. Brian says, only thing I'm accessing, what should be or is free. Captain Hook style. So I'm not doing anything worth driving to come after me. I would not trust a VPN if I was a creep of some kind. Right. And I believe basically bootlegging movies and TV shows. And that's why I said earlier, they probably not gonna come after you. You can, bootleg your movies and your TV shows. There's a really good chance that they not gonna come after you. If you want maybe a slightly added level of security just for you to feel secure, go ahead, get a VPN. You can feel secure. But if the government decide that they gonna find out if you bootlegging movies, that VPN ain't gonna help you. That's all I'm saying. Twin.
What's happening, player?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to clear your throat? Yeah.
I'm good.
No, you needed to clear. You cleared it. Just say yes and then clear your throat.
Said, yeah, man, I'm laying down.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. Can you
Man,
sit
go on
up
with
while you
that,
talk to
man.
me?
Something else, man.
I need you to sit up while you talk to me. If you laying down talking to me, I feel like we laying down together. That makes me uncomfortable.
Man, go on with that, man. Get your mind somewhere else,
Bro,
man.
just sit your ass up.
Man, lower your voice, man. Who you talking to like that, man?
You
That on your
laying
little,
down talking to me.
man. What's up, E-Man, man?
Thank you.
Starting out the day wrong already, man.
What's up? What's on your mind?
Nah, I ain't just calling to check on you. I ain't see you Friday and everything. Make sure you all good. Man, just go ahead and get the fire stick or something. Man, get the box. I heard the box all right. You ain't got to worry about no fish. You a small fish fry to the fish. They don't want you, man.
No, you would think so, but I don't want to take that chance. And
Man,
I'm telling
go
you, twin, it'd be my luck. Now, what I look like, I ain't never been to prison, twin. So you tell me, as someone who has been to prison, what I look like going to prison and they like, what you in for? Do they actually ask people that in prison?
No, they normally they got well, I was at, I saw you can see people's rap sheet or something like that.
How do you see people's rap sheet if you're a prisoner?
The guards got a list and they're like, they'll tell you, they'll be like, hey, what you in for? Some stupid, they'll front your Smitty off. Like, nigga, you done got a rape case and all that. The guards will front you off like that.
Right, and so I don't want to be the one in there where the guards
you ain't
is
the
like...
only one. You got people stealing, got theft for stealing from Walmart and all that. So you ain't the only one.
I'm talking about going to prison. I don't want to be in prison and they be like, yeah, he in there for watching TV.
Stealing somebody's data or something like that. Communication. And you got people up in there, probably in there. I mean, I don't know.
I just know it'll be my luck that I'm the one in prison.
It ain't like you ain't been in jail before. It ain't nothing new.
For watching TV, and you know what I'm saying? They like, he ain't nobody. And then the next thing you know, some not so good stuff is happening behind me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. No.
Man, oh, what's up, man? Prison ain't like that.
No.
Prison, they making it comfortable for you now, man. They got radios and cookouts in prison now. So they making it comfortable.
People don't still get abused and or violated in prison?
I don't know. I wasn't around. I mean, I ain't see that. I seen some faggots and all that, but I ain't see, I heard they got Bangkok out of there. Some dude was engaged in sexual activity. They sent the kite to his family. It's like, hey, your son in confinement, solitary confinement, whatever, he in a hole because he engaged in sexual activity. So I heard stories about that, but I don't know. That's your business. You want to do?
Look, all I'm saying is I do not want to be in prison involuntarily engaging in sexual activity.
To go allow somebody to do you, that's on you. That's on you.
Look, I don't know with 100%. I've never been to prison, so I don't know with 100% certainty what happens in prison. But I've heard stories, and I'm just saying, like, I don't want to be involuntarily engaged in sexual activity in prison.
That's on you if you want to do to engage in that.
No, I wouldn't want to do it. That's why I said involuntarily.
Okay. Man, all right. But hey, E-Man, man, I just saw breaking news, man. It's a shame, man.
Oh,
if I was his family, I'm like, here with y'all Hall of Fame. Pete Rose, they just lift the ban off him, make him eligible for the Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame. So I guess he can get on the next go around or whatever.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man. You should have gave that man his, lifted his ban a long time ago.
Well, they shouldn't. They shouldn't lift it now. But I mean, it is what it is. It's baseball. I don't really care. So okay.
I mean, he needs sports, man. I mean, he ain't gambled on his team. He gambled,
he probably gambled on his team.
Well, the man said he did.
The man also said he didn't gamble on baseball.
Yeah. That's what it is, I guess, man.
Yeah,
But
he's
it's
kind of
somebody
a
they
proven
flowers
liar.
when they
So,
living, not dead, though.
huh?
I said, get they flowers while they living. Besides, what's up, man? Besides, being dead, give them to them while they dead or whatever.
Well, I mean,
That's crazy.
he got, what was it, a lifetime ban? His lifetime
Yeah.
is over, so go ahead and they can put him in.
Yeah. I was watching a little bit of that, Diddy thing and everything, that trial, listening to it, whatever. Man, it's crazy to me what, Emanuel, 11 years you was with that man, you knew what he was doing. Evidently you had a chance to get away. So I don't have no sympathy for her, man. No, I don't condone her, his slapping and
Hold
all
on,
that.
wait. I just want to understand something. We saw a video where allegedly she was trying to get away, and he grabbed her by the hair, he kicked her, he stomped her, he dragged her back to the room. So apparently she could not have gotten away at any time. He did not allow her to.
Yes, she could. That's only one episode.
But hold on. By definition, any time would include that one episode. So clearly, she could not leave at
that ain't
any
his first
time.
pass out. It ain't his first crash out on her, man. They just got evidence. That's been 11, 12 years ago, and he beat them billionaires in courtroom. He said, "Oh, we gonna show you, nigga. We gonna show you," and this was the results. She been getting down with everything. Bending over and, starting out here and all that, passing her around like Domino's pizza. So I don't feel sorry for her.
Twin,
what?
Just, can you try to follow this logic? You said she could have left at any time. We saw a video of her at one time trying to leave, and he did not allow her to leave. You said, well, that was just one time. You're pretty sure that he did that to her many times, which means she could not have left at any time because she maybe tried to leave many times and he did not allow her.
That's bull. That's bull.
You said it. I didn't say it. You said it.
I'm saying
times.
they just showing, man, they video been out, Emanuel. It's been out since 2015, 16. They knew what was going on. If he would have never sued them billionaires, we would have never heard nothing about this Cassie thing.
That's possibly
it's been
true.
Speculations, allegations a long time ago he did this and, getting people drunk. We knew about that.
Who knew about that?
A lot of people knew about what he was getting off, what Diddy was doing.
Hold on, you knew what he was doing.
I mean, stories and everything, but I ain't, looked up. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I heard about it.
Hold on, stop. Did you know what he was doing?
I heard about it, whatever.
I
wasn't
there.
there.
What you might have heard.
Come on, don't be no Channel 9 news reporter, man, investigate.
Hold on.
Come on, this ain't our team, man.
You said they knew. We knew. Did you know?
Yes, I knew stories about what he was doing.
No, knowing stories and knowing what he was doing is two different things. It's a simple question. Did you know that he was making people pee in people's mouth? Did you know that?
I heard stories about that, man.
I didn't ask you that. Did you know that it was happening?
I knew it was happening, but I don't know if it was happening because I wasn't there. I got to be there. But, I can, rumors or whatever stories you can hear. Like, I can say, somebody said man was over there selling T-shirts at Walmart. But am I there to know that you selling? I just go by what people say.
Right. So then you
but in order for me to be at Walmart to see you selling T-shirts and prove, yes, he was at Walmart selling T-shirts.
Right. So you didn't know.
Let's go by stories, man.
Exactly.
Speculation.
And that is not proof of anything. Listening to rumors is not proof of anything.
But when it hit the fan and everything, then what? I told you so. I told you they was doing it. Then what? It's the same thing, man.
I'm not even sure I understand your question.
You said what?
I said, huh?
I'm saying you can it just listening to it, man. She had a chance to get away, man. She had a chance to get away. He doing a rip the runway or something like that. She had a chance to get. She was liking it.
Okay, wait. Here, quick question. When did she have a chance to get away?
Man, anytime she was around, he could have went to the store, went to Paris by himself, or went on a damn bad boy tour. While she in her house, she could have went out the window or something.
Went out the window and did what? Hold on, no,
Man,
let's play
ran
this
to
out.
the police or whatever. Call your mama. You got a cell phone.
Okay.
Call your peeps.
So-
hey, he doing this. He doing this.
Twin. So
Come on, man. Go on with that, man. No, you
Twin.
can't get me on that.
I'm not trying to
Think
get
for
you
real,
on anything,
man.
Twin. I'm just trying to understand your the way that
No,
your
you
brain
play
is working
too
on
much,
this.
man.
Twin, I'm not playing. I'm trying to
Okay,
understand
what is it,
the
man?
way that your brain is working on this. So you truly believe that a controlling, manipulative, gangster billionaire, if he wants to keep you, can't find you. That's what you believe.
You said what now?
You believe
Somebody like Diddy.
that somebody like Diddy could
What
not,
up?
if Cassie had went to her mama house, could not have found her. That's what you believe.
I mean, he could have found her, whatever. When y'all let them,
Then
Matt
how is
Gala-
that getting away?
Hold on.
Do you believe he could have threatened her family?
And so what?
What? Okay.
I'm just saying,
I'm
she
out.
had Met Gala somewhere like that. She could, hey, I need help. He tried to do this. Come on, man. She ain't fear for her life. She liked it there.
You're
Freak
right.
off.
She could have went to the Met Gala and said, "Hey, I need help." She could have went to the police and said, "Hey,
Come
I
on,
need
there's
help."
ways to do all
And-
say it's all
and
about
then-
them billionaires.
And then her
Emanuel.
mom turns up dead, and she could have said, "So what? My mama dead. So what? At least I'm away. I don't care. So what?"
Them billionaires could have sent a hit to his kids if they really want to X them out.
What are you talking
They-
about? We talking about
The same
her.
way, the same reason you saying that. If they really want to exit Diddy out
I
or whatever.
didn't say they wanted to X nobody out. You said that.
You just said if he could have X'd his mama, he could have X'd their mom out.
I
The
said
billionaire.
Diddy not wanting to let her go. You're making it like somebody who's being controlled by a manipulative, dangerous billionaire. Like it's super easy. Like just go to the police and then everything will be okay.
Man, they been knocking the Me Too movement. I don't think they'll go to the Me Too movement police. They knocking them down like dominoes.
Yeah, the Me Too movement police.
Look at this Smokey Robinson case. Come on, man. It's crazy.
What's crazy?
You get up to 80, 90 years old, and there, here he goes, allegations 4, 5, 20 years ago.
That was a
Crazy,
stretch.
man.
4, 5, 20 years ago. Okay.
I mean, how long is what they say on his case? 5 years ago, maybe.
I
10
think
years
it
ago
said
with
that the
Smokey
last
Robinson?
incident happened in 2024, which would be last year.
Oh, it was longer than that.
Oh. Okay, what if it was last year? Then is it possible that he did it?
I don't know. I ain't there. I just go off the story. I'm not there.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
You're
Smokey
like a walking
that.
contradiction sometimes.
No, I'm not.
You
no,
are.
I'm not. Cause I look at this crazy old this like a dang on come up, insurance claim come up. That's all it is. Y'all be around these celebrities. Y'all know what they do. Like, man, I ain't partying with him. No, you hear it on TV on the podcast. No, I ain't partying with Diddy. I can't go to his party. Listen to 50 Cent what he said. He been around him. Hell no, I ain't going. He offered me some clothes. Buy me some clothes. I know what he get. How he get out. Come on, Emanuel.
I don't
She
even
had
know
plenty
what
of time to escape. Cause you don't know. You
Neither
just
do
go
you.
off what you want to say. You
don't
don't be
know.
knowing nothing.
You don't know
You know
either.
about wrestling. You know wrestling.
You
That's
don't
it.
know. Hold on. Twin, you just admitted earlier that you don't
Just
know.
just like I knew about R. Kelly. I said, man, he a nasty dude. We knew about him pissing on people. We saw the tape and everything.
Then
we
why
knew
didn't y'all tell somebody? Why didn't y'all
What the
do
hell? That ain't my
something to him?
motherfucking business. That ain't my business. Y'all knew how he get out. Y'all like that.
I
Y'all
thought,
look for a come
hold
up.
on, Twin. I thought one
What?
of the reasons for your organization was to protect the community. Ain't that what you told us?
Man, we knew about what was going on
Hold
with
on.
him, man.
Why do you never answer the questions that I asked
Because I'm not
you?
going to answer that stupid question.
There's nothing stupid about it.
No,
You said,
man,
Twin, you
man,
said,
I'm not about to
why was
answer
your
that.
organization created?
I'm not about to answer that, man.
Why was the organization created? Why did Larry Hoover create the organization?
I'm not going to answer. I plead the fifth on it.
Okay. That's a good idea.
I know it's a good idea because you can't get me, man. Just know it was stupid, this whole case. I don't condone them beating her ass, but man, it's
Sound
sick.
like you kind of condone it.
Every month it's allegations on somebody 20, 30 years ago. But they sure don't go after them Yankees, man. There's always a brother they go after, and we bash them and all that. But they ain't go after Evers and Hugh Hefner and all them when they was doing their thing. Come
After
on,
who?
man. That's why they don't want to release that documentary on that boat. What happened at Epstein Island? They don't want to release that because they know.
They know what?
They know how to get. They know what went down on there. There's too many people on that list. That's why they don't want to release it. But they sure to keep y'all heads gone off this Diddy and everybody else. Bill Cosby, they love to bash us black folks.
I'm not. Again, you're a walking contradiction. 1 minute you say you knew years ago Diddy was doing that stuff. Now you say they should leave Diddy alone because he black and they just want to bash Diddy.
Man, they blast, they bad, but they don't never talk about these men. They always talk about us. They don't never bash their own people. It's always us.
So how did you hear about Jeffrey? How did you hear about Jeffrey Epstein?
Saying that they heard on the news and all that.
But I thought they don't talk about their own. You
They
heard
don't talk
about it on the news. That would be them talking about their own. You heard it on the news.
Okay, out of what? How many black people been in the news? 5 or 6 maybe? Out of 1. The only thing you get is Epstein, and you got your boy Dana White slapping somebody.
They just convicted. I don't remember that entertainer's name. Of sexual assault.
Weinstein.
Well, Weinstein as well. How did you hear about Weinstein?
Come on, he was all tied up. They got tied.
How did you hear about Weinstein?
When they done with you, man, they done with you. They know how to get you when they done with you.
You're not answering the question. You keep doing this. How did you hear about Weinstein?
Why do you ask me crazy questions when
There's nothing crazy about it. Look, you've entered into evidence that sometimes you just hear rumors and stories. So I'm just trying to figure out, you heard about Weinstein. Was it just rumors and stories, or was it the news? How did you hear about Weinstein?
Social media and everything, man.
All right.
News, all that.
So again, they don't talk about their own, but you heard about Jeffrey Epstein and Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein or whatever, right?
But they don't go off like that, man, like they do us.
You know who Woody Allen is? Do you know who Woody Allen is?
You can't have it both ways. Go on with that goofy stuff, man.
I'm just asking you, do you know who Woody Allen is?
We can't have a decent conversation. You want to be extra all the time.
I'm not being extra. I'm being normal.
No, man.
This is normal.
I should have just laid on my couch, man, and just keep listening, because you on that mess, man. You got to be messy all the time, man.
I'm being messy is not asking questions. I'm just asking you to answer a few questions. Simple questions.
Go ahead, man.
No, go ahead. You said you laying down. Our conversation is over. I'm not talking to you while you laying down.
Man, I'm outside now, man. I ain't want to, wake my baby up. I'll let you eat, man, because you full of it.
All right, twin. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, what up?
All right. Okay, first things first. Men, you shouldn't necessarily be calling men laying down. Just don't call. And I don't know why. I know it don't make a lot of sense. It don't. What difference do it make if you're laying down talking to me or if you're sitting up talking to me? But I feel uncomfortable if you call me and you laying down. If I don't know you laying down, it is what it is. But if you tell me I'm laying down, there's just something about that don't sit right with me. I don't like that. I just don't like it. Call it what you want to call it. It's childish, whatever. I don't like it. Secondly, she could leave whenever she want. She liked it. She could leave whenever she wanted. Okay, but we saw her trying to leave. And he didn't let her leave. And I'm sure he did that many times. Oh, but I thought you said she could leave whenever she wanted. So if you truly believe that she tried to leave on many different occasions and he snatched her and kicked her and stomped her and dragged her back, almost by definition, she could not leave anytime she wanted. Well, she could have went to the Met Gala and said, "Oh, I need help." And that sounds great. But if you're dealing with a controlling billionaire who's dangerous, I know he's been accused of threatening many people's lives, and there are some people who say that he, kind of facilitated the death of, some people say, Tupac and Biggie, but I don't know. They're just rumors. But he definitely has reach. So if you just go to the Met Gala, this dude that wouldn't let you leave, that dragged you back many times, it's just gonna let you go to your mama house and what? You gonna, this ain't hide and seek where I'm at home base now, so I'm free. I can go. No, this ain't that. We ain't kids no more. Ain't no home base. I'm safe. No. I want her here. Take out her mama and whoever else is there. She gonna be back here tonight. And maybe she didn't want to put her family in danger. I'm just, it's easy for people to blame the victim. And I don't like that. Now, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. I in all honesty, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. I didn't even hear all the rumors. I don't know what he was doing. But I know I saw a video when he was very violent with her, and he's admitted that that was him and her. I could see there being some fear there. And just because you don't think that you would have done the things that she did out of fear, doesn't mean that she didn't do those things out of fear. And just because a lot of people apparently knew these things were going on, don't mean that she still wasn't scared. That actually would be more scary to me. Like, wait a minute. This dude is doing all of this stuff and he getting away with it. And everybody know he doing it. If everybody already know he doing it and he's still getting away with it, now I'm really scared. Because I mean, they not doing nothing about all of the stuff that he's doing, which means there are no boundaries. He can get away with whatever he want to get away with. And so if he want to take me out, he'll probably get away with it. It's just, that's reasonable for her to be afraid. How do you blame the victim? But I see a lot of people doing it. A lot of people blame the victims. I don't know, y'all. I don't blame the victim. I don't automatically believe everything that people say. Smokey Robinson, I don't automatically believe Smokey was making them chicks come in and rub him. It's one of the allegations. I don't automatically believe that. But I don't disbelieve them. I'm not like, oh, Trick, you lying. You just want Smokey's money. You wanted it anyway. You wanted to, you was dreaming about stroking some 85-year-old dude. Like, really? You think they was dreaming about stroking Smokey at 85? You think that was their dream? They really wanted to do that. I don't know if they actually did it or not. That's just what they say they did. So So how about, instead of saying they lying, Smokey didn't do nothing wrong, and you know, I love the Quiet Storm. How about saying it's possible Smokey did it? I'm not gonna automatically say Smokey guilty, so I'm not gonna look at him like, you know what I'm saying, you're a predator. But I'm not gonna dog these women either, because there's a possibility they could be telling the truth. So my kind of default position is, it's possible, but I'm not sure. So how about we treat their story with respect, as if it could be true, and we treat Smokey as if he is presumed innocent, but we have to weigh the possibility that he could have done this thing. That sounds simple to me. I'm not taking either side. I'm not saying either side is telling the truth or either side is telling a lie. I leave room that both sides could be truth or lie, or somewhere in between. It's not that difficult for me mentally. Not that difficult for me mentally. Get the women some counseling. Because if this is true, they probably need some counseling and some help. And Smokey, you're not guilty for now. But everybody know the allegation. So hopefully, anybody else come around you, they know the allegation, and they can protect themselves just in case. Just in case. I might be oversimplifying a little bit. Just a little bit. But I do have to say, if Diddy's doing all of this stuff, and y'all knew about it, y'all part of the problem. If R. Kelly, we knew R. Kelly was peeing on people back in the day. If you knew R. Kelly was peeing on people way back in the day, and y'all didn't step up and say something, do something to protect little girls around R. Kelly, y'all part of the problem. And don't come out later like, oh, he a pedophile, he a criminal, he a predator. You're a pedophile enabler, a predator enabler. If you knew that this was normal practice for him, and y'all just sat back and swapped stories about it, you part of the problem. Especially if you belong to an organization that their main purpose is to protect the community. CK.
Hey, Mr. Livingston, man. Hey, that was a good one, man. I like your show, man. You talking about Smokey Robinson and the Housekeepers.
And the Housekeepers.
Hey, I like that though. I would participate in housekeeping. I get down with that. I'm a housekeeper lover. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Would you rub Smokey?
Have you ever dealt with him?
To?
Huh? What'd you say?
You Smokey's housekeeper, and he tell you come in here and rub me. Would you rub him?
No,
I'm just being silly, unnecessarily silly. It's not even funny. Shame on me. What did you want to talk about?
But yeah, I'm just saying, as an employer, we gonna do the what is it called, non-disclosure, whatever the thing is. We got to do non-disclosure. You feel me? Because I need to handle that business.
Huh? Wait, I'm confused.
I'm talking about. if you coming to work for my millionaire platinum recording artist, right? We gonna do with the wifey. I understand. It looks good. It just seems like now it's time to get paid for all the filth, foreign filth we did in the past decade. You see what I mean?
No.
We participated, but
No, I'm not sure.
okay, follow, listen.
Okay.
You participated. You worked. You was a housekeeper for Smokey.
All right.
For years.
Okay.
So, and part of the thing was he'd get down with y'all and the wife, and you get down with his wife, or whatever.
Okay.
But now, after the years came, and you see all these $billion-dollar lawsuits, you be like, oh, look at Shannon Sharp. So now it's looking like a money grab. I think all participants were consenting.
Well,
I just think it's
here's why I kind of disagree with that.
Okay.
There's a power dynamic there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if I call, if I call that's because I have to create a power dynamic. So I call some illegal immigrants, as people call them, some little, Salvadorian or Venezuelan girls. And, they about, 17, 18 years old. They're illegal in the country. And, they're afraid of being turned in. And so they work for me cleaning my house. And I tell them little girls, every once in a while, I'm in the shower. Y'all got to come in here and bathe me. And I want the kind of bath like Eddie Murphy had in Coming to America. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, you serious?
And they like, yes, sir, Miss King of Talk. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Right.
And so I make them do that for 20 years. With the understanding that if y'all don't, you know what I'm saying, clean the royal goods, I just might have to make a call to ICE. So 20 years later, they've been doing this for 20 years, and then all these lawsuits come up, and then they like, oh, we can get out of this because we never wanted to do this, even though we did it. We didn't complain about it. But now if we tell on him, we can be free, and he can be punished for what he did, and maybe that punishment is just compensating us for his abuse of us. You're saying they're wrong because if they didn't want to do it, they should have just got deported.
Hold on. So you're saying it's alien?
No,
it's an alien side to the story.
I'm saying there's a power dynamic there. I am in this position of power over them. Whether it's I don't want to be deported, or I need to feed my kids, or I need to pay my bills, or whatever. There is a power dynamic there that the person in power should not take advantage of to take advantage of the people who are beneath him, so to speak.
But we know exactly this. We're adults. I'm hiring you for a specific service that you are talented in. So this has to be met. So if you provide the service, where's the problem then? You got to tell you can say yes or no. You can do.
Okay,
I'm not making you do it.
Just so I'm clear, you don't believe in the whole idea of a power dynamic where someone in authority can take advantage of someone that they have authority over. You don't believe that exists.
Yes, I do. But I'm saying I don't think that's the case if you get full disclosure. Yeah, I do think that if they didn't tell you and then they hit you with the wham bam Eddie Murphy, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll see the power in that. But then if I'm being honest, listen, these are the services I want. Do you want it? Take it or leave it. Don't do it, then say yes and then complain about. No. I said, do you want to do this? You didn't have to say nothing. It's no power. You have the power. We're no these men. We never get the power. Don't disclose everything I want.
I can't understand what you're saying. I don't know what happened.
The power dynamic is if I don't explain what I want.
But that's not reasonable, CK. People who take advantage of people don't normally, when they come into the door, say, okay, I'm going to hire you for this job, but just understand, I'm going to force you to have sex with me from time to time. Are you okay with that? People don't normally do that.
No, that's not. But I'm coming in the door before. Look, mom. You want to work for me? This what I want a sexual housekeeper.
That's what I'm telling you. People don't normally tell people coming in the door, I'm going to force you to have sex with me from time to time.
Not forced. How am I forced? I'm asking,
like,
do you want to work for me?
No, I don't want this job, Smokey Robinson. No, I don't want to be your housekeeper, but from time to time, you going to make me give you a hand job. I don't want this job. Thank you, but no thank you.
This is the job all the women want. Ask them about Chris Brown. They want to be a housekeeper. What are you talking about? This is how the interviews go.
What are you talking about?
I'll give you this. That is good shit for you. They're going to say that to get the job.
Again, I can't
This is
understand
an
half of
exclusive
what
job.
I can't understand half of what you're saying.
My apologies. My apologies. I'm on a journey. But I'm saying these people this is the dream job. If I could be Oprah's maid, that would be a dream job. That would be rich forever.
It would.
Don't you understand?
Maybe it would. And it all depends on your feelings about Oprah. But that might be your dream job. Like, oh, I work at Oprah's house and I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm the chef at Oprah's house. But then you walk in and Oprah open up the door like, okay, now you have to perform a sex act on me. And you're like, hold on, I thought I was here to cook food. I'm not here to do that, Oprah. And she like, either you do this or you out of here.
Oh, excellent. Now, what you just described, I think that is the Shannon Sharp story. I think that it's the whole play. I think it's the same thing. I think he's with a girl, but you're waiting on, okay, if I'm going for Oprah, that's what I'm waiting on that opportunity you just said. I hope she does that. So I think that's the game. So when you working with these high power people, you're looking for a lick. So they're never guilty. It's just the money. They worth $50 million.
Yeah, that
you
don't
get
make
$100
sense.
million.
That don't
it's
make
all
sense.
about the lick.
What I'm just trying to tell you that to reasonable, sane people, what you just said doesn't make sense.
No, you don't have common sense, sir. Common sense tell you people go after millions of dollars, they would say anything. You're trying to tell people, oh, no, they regular.
No, I'm trying to tell you,
morals.
CK,
People
I'm trying
lie.
to tell you that if Oprah offers me a job as her cook, first, it's going to be a lot of sugar and everything. And then second, I expect to cook. I don't expect to be forced to have sex with Oprah.
That's true. That's true. I'm just saying, but a lot of people in her positions will give you full disclosure. That's what I'm saying. Don't think that they scared. Like, why? If that's what you want.
I can't say with 100% certainty because I've never been in that position, but I very seriously doubt if coming in the door, Oprah is interviewing for chefs at her house and she tells them, you're going to have to cook me breakfast, lunch, dinner, and eat this cat every once in a while.
Right. And I think if you're working for Chris Brown, that's part of your festivities, and the women enjoy it. But I think it comes to a point where they want to get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it goes for so long. Hold on, now it makes sense. I got you, because if it didn't make sense, why are they going for so many years? Got them. They waited years. So if it didn't make sense, why you didn't say nothing the first time he hit you with it? Got him.
Okay, and again, I've never been in this position, but some of this stuff kind of makes sense to me. If Oprah calls me in as her chef, right? Oprah elevates me financially. There are a whole lot of opportunities around me, all that kind of stuff. I become, to some degree, dependent on Oprah. So now, if I want to, pay my bills, that's because of Oprah. If I want other opportunities, that comes through Oprah. If my kids need to go to school, that comes through Oprah. So when Oprah says, time to eat this cat, and I'm like, I don't want to eat the cat, but oh my goodness, I think I gotta eat the cat because I gotta pay my bills. My kids got to be taken care of. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I ate the cat. I hope she don't ever ask me to eat the cat again. I don't want to eat the cat, but oh my goodness, my whole lifestyle is wrapped up in this. Why is she taking advantage of me like this? And now, the simple thing sounds simple to say, just don't eat the cat and leave, bro. Just don't eat the cat and leave. But now, well, I'm gonna be homeless. My kids I ain't gonna be able to pay for school. I'm not gonna be able to eat. You know what I'm saying? Not cat, just eat. I'm not gonna have any resources. Number one, she can blackball me. I wanna cook. You know what I'm saying? It sounds really simple. Just leave. Go work for Sizzler. What? My lifestyle now is such that Sizzler money ain't gonna work for me. She's created this power dynamic where she, to some degree, has some sort of control over me. So I had to endure this, and I'm probably thinking, while I'm eating the cat, this is for my baby. This is for my baby. My baby got to go to school. My baby got to go to school. I have to do whatever it is that I have to do. You know what I'm saying? My kids got to have a place to live. However, I'm justifying it. Whatever, I got to do what I got to do. And then again, sure, everybody can say, oh, just don't do it. But it's not always that simple. Plus, I really believe that there is, well, I think they call it a grooming process, but I think even before as a part of the grooming process is, I'm going to talk to CK. CK, I want you to be my chef. I'm going to talk to you. And then let me find out how, because I think predators are good at assessing people. So now I can assess whether or not CK is somebody that will fall for this power dynamic. Because they know they can't run it on everybody. And there are, just like they tell me people who hypnotize people, there's certain things they look for, because everybody can't be hypnotized. So you got to find the people that are susceptible to being hypnotized, because you don't want to just randomly pick me out the crowd and you sitting there and I'm looking at your finger like, when I'm supposed to go to sleep. What you doing? What you doing? Now you just standing up there embarrassed. But I can get CK and I can say, sleep. And now CK sleep.
Right.
How did it work on CK, but it wouldn't work on Emanuel? They're different people. They have different personalities. And predators, my understanding, they are really good at figuring out people who are susceptible to the things that they plan on putting them through. So again, it sounds simple, just don't do it. But it's not necessarily that simple.
Oh, hey, you made a great soliloquy, but okay, that you made a great point, but I'm okay. Coming in from the employer side, right? So I'm going through moving, right?
So you the
so
predator.
I hit my house, huh?
You the predator.
Predator. Yeah, right.
Okay.
And this what's it
yeah.
called? Analogy. But it's reality. It's not analogy, reality. So I'm looking for the housekeeper that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, I'm the predator, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't say it like that, but I'm like, I need a housekeeper, but look, I want you to clean it up before I get in there. You feel me? Before I move anything in. You hear me? So I want you to hit it before and then. And she's like, cool, I get off at such and such. So I said, here comes the predator. So I said, so what do you need for compensation? He said, yeah, just come pick me up at such and such. I say, girl, how much money do you need to clean my shit? He say, I don't need nothing, just boom, just come get me when I get off work. See what I'm saying? I think now who the
I'm
predator?
so
Is he the predator?
confused about what you're saying. What happened? Did you hire somebody?
Yeah, I hired.
Okay, you hired them, and before you hired them, you didn't tell them what they was getting paid or nothing?
Hold on, did you just skip over that part and I just told you the part? I I said, what about compensation? She said, oh, just come get me at 12. I said, girl, how much money do I owe you? She said, I don't need no money. You
That's
just
not
come get me.
reasonable. That's a
Right.
horrible analogy.
Exactly.
That's not reasonable.
No, it's not. No, it's not analogy. This is reality. That's what I'm saying. You make an analogy. I'm talking about what really happened. This is what really happened yesterday. That's what I'm saying. You're going with analogies, and I'm going to be reality. I'm trying to set it up as a predator to get my house cleaned. They don't even want no damn money, so I don't know. When she said that, I'm thinking, damn, what do she want? Some business? What's going on? So, of course, me being a gentleman I am, I went and got her a gift card. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to fall for the Shannon Sharp in the tailpipe. And no, sir, not what's going on. But I'm trying to tell you what it is, sir. That you just said is not reasonable. Of course, that women are not reasonable. That's what I'm just telling you. I told you the truth. I said I need my house clean. I said, do you need compensation? Her answer was, come pick me up at this time. I said, girl, stop beating around the bush. How much money do you want? She said, I don't want nothing. Just come get me. So me, like I said, I don't know. But who's the predator then? Because like you said, I'm not going to fall for the sex.
Hold on. Who was this person?
A colleague.
Okay. So it sounds like the colleague thought that you were asking them to do a favor. That's different than you interviewing people for a job. Okay?
But when I say compensation, and then I come with money, those two, now we're being specific, detailed with 2 times. So we can't say I'm asking for a favor when I specifically said compensation and money. Don't do that. I'm too well articulate.
Just so I'm clear, you believe it's possible that Smokey Robinson went out and got some housekeepers and said, I want to hire y'all to clean my house. And they said, okay. And he said, how much y'all want? And they said, no, we're going to do it for free. And he said, all right,
I never said that. Now, that's why I said, your brain, though, I said, this is what happened to me. How you going to put that on? That's what I'm saying. You try to play crazy when you know. I said, that's what happened yesterday. And I'm saying, with Smokey Robinson, it could be he could hire some women and they never start. What if they just start sucking this thing? He at the desk and they clean and then he just start sucking this thing. Then what he do? Then that's how it become a habit. That's why he come into this type of situation. What now? You tell me, how does a man handle that? You just sitting there on your computer and your maid come in there and start sucking your thing. Now what? You don't think that happened? Oh, is that unreasonable? You think that ever happened in America? You tell me, smart guy.
I would imagine that happens on the sets of porn movies once a week. But
that's why you are corrupt. You don't know. You don't have common sense. In real life, you ain't got common sense.
In real life, I don't think that happens very often.
There we go. Ask the comment section, and we will see that you are out of touch with reality, sir. I am the one that's on touch. Look at the comments. Y'all don't never want to read the comments, and the comments don't tell you, I'm making sense. This is what happens. Sexual harassment happens every day at the workplace.
Okay.
So
the
you think it won't happen from a woman?
Is going to jail. That's what the comments say. But all right.
What the comments say?
You going to jail.
Who?
You.
For what? What did I do?
You just asked me to read the comments. I read comments. Don't be mad at me because I did what you asked me to do.
You know what I'm saying? But, okay, what am I going to jail for? These are dumb monkeys. That's why you call them monkeys, because they don't even have no basis. Well, how am I going to jail? And I said,
first, I didn't call them monkeys. Second, how do you, 1 minute you say, read the comments, that'll prove it, and then the comments don't go your way, and now they dumb monkeys? Come on. If they would have been like CK Wright, you wouldn't have been like, they dumb monkeys.
So why wouldn't you read another comment? So you reading the comments that align with you? I mean, are you non-biased, or you just read shit to make yourself look good? Because we already came to the conclusion that you're not being non-biased. You just read the shit that make yourself. Do anybody agree with me in the comment section? You tell me.
It doesn't look like it.
Oh, so they saying I'm crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Hey, that's how you learn you crazy when everybody against you. You don't even know. You be thinking, hey, I'm thinking that was wrong. I say, if Chris Brown hire a maid, she just gonna start slobbing them down. all the women
Somebody
like them
said,
anyway. They always
read
know they
this.
gotta.
We ain't on your side, CK.
Who ain't?
We, the commenters. Hold on. Because in all fairness, somebody agreed with you.
Okay.
Twin says, I agree with CK. So there you go.
Okay. Of course. I mean, I take them. Monkey is to the person calling me to jail. Jailbird, monkey, same thing. So that's a tie. It ain't more insulting.
All right.
Okay.
But Twin is brilliant because he agrees with you.
I like that one. Thank you, brother. Hey, good episode today, man. That was a good. And but I wanted to holler at you about the God, it was something, but I'll catch you, man. I've been taking up too much of your time. Thank you, man. Much love to the family, brother.
All right. That was CK. Oh boy. Yeah, only in pornographic movies. Well, I can't say only. I don't know. I've never experienced anything like that. I've never experienced, hey, I'm at work. I'm just minding my own business. And then somebody crawl under the table and start fellaciating me. Hey, what's happening down there? Hey, what you doing? I didn't ask for this. Stop, please. Stop. No. I've never experienced that. I've never experienced that. Those of you who have experienced that, more power to you. I've never experienced it. But that's just me. I don't think that happens all that often. I just don't think it happens all that often. Oh boy. All right, y'all. My time is up. I got to get out of here. I don't understand why people want to blame victims so bad that they come up with any and every reason in the world to blame the victim. I don't understand it. I don't know what happened. But I guess you do whatever you want to do. All right. Let me just say this about Pharaoh. I think Pharaoh's an interesting guy. I did not think he was coming in to talk religion. But I think the overwhelming majority of the time he was there, people, I guess, were trying to convert him to believe in Christianity or, something of that nature. Look, you believe what you believe. And believe it, with all your heart. Always search for more truth, but believe what you believe. And somebody who don't believe what you believe shouldn't change what you believe. If you believe it and I come in and say, yeah, it ain't no God, that shouldn't make you be like, it ain't no God. I had never thought of that. Like, you believe what you believe. Let them not believe. It's okay for people to not believe what you believe. It's okay. My question for Pharaoh always be, if everything that the European gave us is so bad, why is a whole lot of your sources for the stuff that you believe European? You can't trust the European. But the European said, where'd you get that information? From a European magazine. Where'd you get that information? From a book written by a European. And it's true. Yeah, it's true. It was in a book. Okay. Just because you put it in a book don't mean it's true. I don't know if a lot of people know that. When people read books and quote people, I'd be like, that sounds good, but that's what that person believed. Sometimes I hear it's a quote or two from Dr. King that I'd be like, I ain't with Dr. King on that one. I ain't with Dr. King on that one. I respect Dr. King. I appreciate Dr. King. But everything Dr. King said don't apply to me. Or at least I'm not going to apply it to me. I don't agree with you. Ask me for some. I really can't tell you right now, but from time to time I hear Dr. King said this, and I'll be like, yeah, Dr. King was off on that one. I don't agree with him. That's Dr. King. Like, so I'm not going to believe, it's very hard for me to believe everything that anybody got to say. Just because it was in a book don't mean it's true. But I researched. I mean, you read a whole lot of books, which these are people who were probably drawn off of those other people's work. How can you tell me factually what happened 2.8 million years ago? You wasn't here. Nobody that you know was here. And the people who was here 2.8 million years ago was probably not writing books about it. I read in a book that 2.8 million years ago, this happened. Where did they get the information? They surmised. And to me, that just means we guessed. We looked at some stuff. Sounded like that made sense, so that's what we said. I appreciate historians and all that kind of stuff. If you can tell me what actually happened, I appreciate that. But when you go to talk about something that happened millions of years ago, and then you're going to try to understand carbon dating and all these different scientific methods that they use. But all of that, to me, all of that is just based on our understanding of stuff, which, again, don't necessarily make it so. I mean, the world is flat, the world is round. Well, what? Because some scientists said that the world was flat. And then, guess what? Found out that they was wrong. But science says that the world is flat. That don't mean it's flat. That just means as we understand right now, based on what we see and what we surmise, what we guess, we believe the world is flat. I bet they thought they proved it too. Blade.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Hey, it's going all right. How's it going with you?
Pretty good, buddy. I heard you was talking about me.
Yeah, when you were sending in those misspelled messages, my suggestion to you, it's a really simple
That wasn't
suggestion.
me, buddy.
No, hold on. Let me get
me.
my suggestion out, just so you can say that you heard
Go
it,
ahead.
whether you take it or not. Create a fake profile. And on this fake profile, before you post anything, spell check, grammar check, and then post it. And you can fool all of us. That's it.
Didn't you hear what I said?
No.
That wasn't me.
No, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It 100% it
How much
was.
How much money you want to put on it?
$6.3 million.
You don't have that. How much
I'll
money
borrow
you really want to
it.
put
No,
on
I'll
it?
borrow it. I'll get it. I'll get it.
That wasn't me, buddy.
It was.
And then,
Hold on, where my
about
money?
you,
Where my money?
when I notice about you, when you're wrong, you don't want to admit when you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
I told you that wasn't me, buddy.
Just because you said it don't make it so. The misspellings told me that it was. It was 100% you,
Just
and
because
now
you think it was
you
me,
owe
it wasn't me,
me.
buddy.
What? Hold on. What do you want to bet? How much money do you want to bet?
I bet you $500 it wasn't me.
All right. When do I get my money?
No, when do I get my money from you, buddy?
Just so you know now, moving forward, just know you owe me $500. I agree to the bet,
No,
and I know with 100% certainty that that was you.
And then when you find out you're wrong, pay me my money, you're going to come on your show and admit that you're wrong.
I'm not going to find out I'm wrong because I know with 100% certainty that was you.
That wasn't me, buddy.
It was
That was not
100% you. And even further proof, okay, you misspelled the words, right? You put some extra
wasn't me,
spaces
buddy.
in there, okay? But then the other dead giveaway is later on you said, whose blade? Only you say that. On all your fake profiles, when you get found out, the first thing you say is, whose blade? On every one of them.
I text you and told you that wasn't Blade, buddy.
You just sent another message to say, I'm not Blade.
I sent one message right there. All that other stuff you're talking about, that wasn't me, buddy.
Right. But it's the same. You just sent, I'm not Blade. And it's the same Big Bill Price where you sent, I'm not Blade, that was Blade. That's you.
I don't text you talking about I'm Bill Price. I never said I was a Bill Price. What the hell are you talking about, buddy?
No, you just sent the message saying, I'm not Blade.
I sent you a message that said that wasn't Blade.
Right. It's you. You are telling on yourself right now. You just sent the message saying, I'm not Blade. And it came
My
up
real name,
under the same fake profile. You are telling on yourself.
My name is Jimmy Carr, buddy. And it said, that's not Blade.
No.
Hater.
No, you sent it under the wrong fake profile. You sent it under Big Bill's Price. You sent it under the wrong profile.
I don't have a thing, Big Bill. That's not me, buddy.
Bro, you made a mistake and you sent it under the wrong. You are not logged in as Jimmy Carr. You are logged in as Big Bill's Price, and you sent I'm not Blade.
I sent you a text on Facebook, Jimmy Carr. That's not Blade, hater.
No,
That's
you
what I
didn't.
sent you.
That's what I'm. Go back and look. Jimmy Carr didn't send a message just now. You sent one under Big Bill's Price. You sent it under the wrong profile.
Whoever is fucking Big Bill Price, that's not me, buddy.
That is 100% you, and I want my money.
No, that ain't me, buddy. Hey, man, anyway, hey, I wanted to ask you about the pure white people that oh boy sent over here. Would they be protected under pure white class, and they can't mix with no other breed, not even the local white people over here, because they want a pure white race again.
I'm not sure. I don't know what you're talking about.
The white people that coming from
right. I know who you're talking about, but I don't understand what you're saying.
They call them Africanos. Would they have diplomatic immunity where they can do anything they want and you can't touch them?
No, they don't have diplomatic immunity. That's not my understanding. They're just over here as refugees.
But would they stick to their own and won't interbreed with nobody?
I don't know. That'll be their decision.
Didn't your boy said it's not enough white babies over here? That he's passing a bill for people to start having babies. Well, in Indiana, where I live, they're going to start paying people to have kids.
Okay.
Get married and start having kids. Then that's code word for white people to stick with each other and reproduce white babies.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Won't the white Afrikaners, won't they be a protected class?
I don't think so.
Why you think so?
Why would they be?
Because they want a pure white race.
Okay.
I think they are.
And that'll be their
I think-
decision to make. But what do you think legislatively happens when somebody comes over? That doesn't make them a protected class.
They're gonna. I'm trying to tell you. I think that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make them a protected class.
Okay. Well, we'll see. But I'll tell you, they haven't so far.
But I'm thinking that they're gonna do that because they want a pure white race. And the mixed breeds over here, white people, I don't think they're gonna intermingle with them.
And can I tell you, I'm beginning to doubt that you live in Indiana.
Where do you think I live at?
I don't know. Somewhere in Cincinnati. I think the only reason,
Where?
and I don't know this for sure. Like I'm 100% certain that Big Bill's Price is you. I'm not 100%
It's not
certain
me.
of this. Okay. But
It's not me. I live in Blue Ash.
Hold on. But I believe that you don't live in Indiana because I've heard you say this a few times. Over in Indiana, where I live at, people don't
live back and forth,
normally
man.
say that if they're not trying to prove something that's not true.
Well, I'm a contractor. I work back and forth. I got a home down here and a home in Blue Ash.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Well, that's on you.
You're right. It is. You own Chick-fil-A
But-
and you're a contractor. You got a home in Indiana and you got a home in Blue Ash. I just don't. I don't believe you.
cannot, see, let me correct you because you're acting like Ozzy. You cannot own a Chick-fil-A. It's like they loan it to you.
Well-
You would never own it.
Okay, that was
It's
that
a
was
franchise.
good. That was clever. But you kind of put it out there as if you had a Chick-fil-A franchise, which I'm
No, not me. Not me, my wife. She got two.
fairly certain that's
Co-owner.
not true either.
Well, that's on you.
Okay.
But we was thinking about opening one down there, but I don't know. Because if you find out I have something to do with it, you're probably gonna try to, because y'all hate down there too much. Y'all even hate on yourself down there, man. I don't understand that.
Down where?
Cincinnati,
Oh, where you live?
in Hamilton County.
Where you live?
No, I live in Blue Ash. I live outside from all the drama.
What county is Blue Ash in?
I don't know, man, because I really don't hang down there.
Oh,
like
wait a
that.
minute. You live in Blue Ash, but you have no idea what county Blue Ash is in?
It's just like I live down here in Indiana. I don't know what county it is.
Yeah, that's not reasonable. That's not reasonable.
Why not?
You don't live in Blue Ash. You don't live in Indiana. You probably live like
Where I live at?
if I
where I
had
live
to just guess based on nothing. I'm trying to hold on, let me read you a little bit. You're not north, like Liberty Township or Mason or anything like that. You're actually in the city.
You
But
trying to ping my phone. That's what you're trying to do.
no, I'm not. But if I
Yeah,
did,
you are.
wouldn't it come up as Indiana?
No, it would come out. Hamilton County, Indiana. It's outside where from black people.
Okay, it's just what you just said just didn't make sense. You couldn't even make up your
Why don't
mind
it?
which answer to give. Either it
Why
would,
don't it?
or no, it wouldn't.
Listen, I want you to look it up. Look it up now. Hamilton County in Indianapolis, in Indiana, is like the ritzy part, like Blue Ash down there, where once you pass 96th Street, you really don't see us. Carmel, Westfield, Fisher, that's the good part of the city. Zionsville, that's a good part of the city.
If I had to guess, you live in Madisonville.
No.
Madisonville. If I had to
No.
just guess based on nothing, you live in Madisonville.
I live in Blue Ash, right around the corner from Lincoln.
No, Lincoln don't live in Blue Ash. You live in Madisonville.
No, I don't. I don't want to live by your boy, the trucker. No, I make more money in that.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain. Madisonville.
Nah. It's too many black people.
Okay. All right.
You know that old saying, grass is greener on the other side? It's true.
What there's another saying though.
What's that?
Nigga, you live in Madisonville.
No, I don't. It's too many.
It's an old saying I used to hear it a lot when I was coming up. That was the saying. Nigga, you live in Madisonville. Stop fronting.
No,
So,
it's too many us's and too many trailer trash in Madisonville.
Okay.
No, not me.
it's an old saying. We were swapping old sayings.
Okay, but like I said, keep an eye on that. Them white Afrikaners or whatever you call them, or whatever, they're gonna make them a protected class, and they're not gonna interbreed with any other people in our country because they want that pure white race.
All right. Hey, thank you for your call.
Okay, then.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, that was Blade. Yeah, Madisonville. Fairly certain. I'm fairly certain. I don't know how I landed on Madisonville. There was a few things that he said, but I can't even really pin them down. I know, I can't say I know. I believe he lives in a neighborhood that is predominantly black. Which, kind of narrows it down a little bit in the Cincinnati area. He definitely lives within the city of Cincinnati limits. Yeah. I don't know what made me land on Madisonville. He's not Avondale. He's not Bond Hill. Not Roseline. He's out a little bit. So that, like, when he goes downtown, it feels like, he done made a trip. Brent.
What's going on, E-Man?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. I wasn't going to call in, not feeling totally well, but I just had to call in. Number one, the serious stuff. Today is the 40th year anniversary of when the Philadelphia Police Department dropped a bomb on the Move compound there on, I think it's West Philadelphia, to where they were so wanting to kill black people, they burned up an entire row of houses in order to do it, which is just crazy. They had a black mayor. Black mayor didn't know nothing about it. Once I don't know what they call it. It wasn't a trial, but they had a series of hearings about everything. But yeah. And I didn't, because I think I was like 12. Yeah, I was like 12 when it happened. And it did make national news, but, at 12 years old, who's paying attention to national news? Especially back then. All right, yes, Blade does live there in Cincinnati. I don't know if it's Madisonville or not, but I definitely know it's along a Metro bus line. Because that joker ain't driving nowhere. Oh, and quickly with the wrestling report, we'll keep it real short. Did you see the pay-per-view on Saturday?
I didn't see it. I saw a recap of it, but I was busy on Saturday.
Okay, we only talk about the first match. The rest of them are garbage. Jacob Fatu in a four-way match, I think it was. The other players, it doesn't matter. But out of nowhere comes Jeff Cobb. And do you know who Jeff Cobb is or who he played, one of his previous characters?
No, I don't.
Did you ever watch Lucha Underground?
No.
No? Oh, man. You need to go back and watch Lucha Underground. For those especially who love stories, they filmed it in like a cinematic. They had long, drawn-out storylines and everything did vignettes even more so than what WWE does. But there was a character called the Monster Matanza, and he wore this mask like from the movie Beastmaster. You remember that one where the crazy people, after they put the glowing worm in their ear, they turn crazy and they put on that mask?
Nope, never seen it.
You never seen Beastmaster?
Nope.
Because John Amos was in that movie too.
Never seen it.
Oh my goodness, I can't. Well, hopefully some of the other people have seen the movie. But yeah, but he came out and who was it? Jacob Fatu was looking surprised that he would come out because he was there with Solo. So he was looking like, why is this guy here? So they're trying to do something with the Bloodline story. Well, they're not doing the Bloodline storyline anymore. They're doing something different, but they're going to turn Jacob Fatu face. He's already, people are already cheering him.
Oh yeah,
big time anyway. So, eventually they'll all jump him, and he'll probably have to get some more of the Samoan family in the mix there. But I think that's. Oh, and why didn't anybody? Pharaoh. I enjoyed listening to Pharaoh. That one lady that called in, she had her faith shaken way too easily, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
You talking about the lady
it was just...
who God gave her money via the wind?
Man, that sounds like some Reverend Ike stuff, cutting the grass and, money coming from the lawnmower. You just ran over your wallet. That's how to explain that. But yeah, but that was so sad. But he's talking about science and fact and everything. Why didn't anyone hit him up about his money gaffling ghost? How you cannot prove that scientifically. So why no one hit him up about that? Is just, oh man,
it is kind of difficult to not believe in spirits in the spirit world, but believe that there's a ghost in your house stealing your money.
Exactly. So that's the excuse that he's given his wife for him giving his money to Vine Street Betty. That's that's the only that's one of the logical explanations. But yeah, but that's all I got. You can tell my voice is not right. But hey, I will talk to you guys later on.
All right, Brent. Hey, hope you feel better.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I got to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And hold on a second. Yeah, okay. Enjoy the rest of your evening. As always, be the reason that somebody smiles today. Till next time, I'm out, y'all.